So hello students, today I am going to part 3 of my video lesson on data handling, which in higher classes is called statistics. Okay, so here we have a data which conveys some meaning to us. So in my first and second part of the video, I have done 18 point mean and median, that is mean and median, which is the last part, 18.5 of class 6. But here in part 3 I start with easy thing, 18.1. So if you want to see what is mean and median, that is the hardest part. I have already made part 1 and part 2 video. You can see that, and it goes to higher classes also. And today we will learn something very important, basic is tally mark, and maybe in my, if this needs one more video, I'll see. One part video which will come up is about pictograph. We will see how we draw picture to represent different data. Okay, then we have a bar graph, but actually for that you need a graph paper. It is better to draw in a graph paper. So here we go with what is a tally mark. Okay, with one example I'll explain. When I was very small, I remember. So today's class I start with a story. When I was in class 5 and 6, we had a very old washerman. He used to come, maybe I don't know, he was 70, 75 at that time. He may have died by now. This is somewhere when I was in class 5 and 6. Somewhere in 1980s, late 90s, late 80s. So he used to come and he used to wash the clothes. So every month we used to give him, every week around 20 clothes. So in a month it used to be around 80 clothes. So he was not an educated man. He had one small diary. So suppose my mummy would give in 1 week, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20. So in a week he will mark like this. He will take one pen and he used to have a diary and he used to draw a line for each cloth, because his rate was 50 rupees for 100 cloth. It was very cheap, children. That time, imagine around 35 years back. So 50 or 60, 70 rupees for 100 clothes. So you give pant, you give shirt, you give anything, it used to be counted as 1. So suppose 26 he will write. Then next week he will go on writing. So each line represented one cloth, one piece of cloth. So at the end of the month, children, it would go up to 80, 85. This is a real story. So 80, 85 like this, and he used to draw very close. So at the end of the month he will calculate, he will say it is 84 lines, means 84 cloth. Since we had to pay and we will calculate, so we were more cautious, we will say it's 81. 81 lines are there, so you have to pay, suppose 100 rupees for 100 clothes, we have clothes, so we had to pay 81 rupees. But his calculation will show 84. One thing, even at that time, I did not learn in my class 5 or 6 was tally mark. It was very easy to do this. What he could have done, see application of tally mark. He could have taken, see tally mark, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, like see this is 3, 8, 9, 10th one. Another one we make bundle of 5. This will be from left side top to bottom. So this is 5 plus 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, like this in 1 week we gave him 26 clothes. So it was so easy if you use tally mark. Why we put the 5th line like this? Because it's very easy to count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26. So he could have done in his diary for each week. Suppose next week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Next week we had 18 clothes. So like that for 4 weeks. around in a month. So finally we would have added 26, 18. Okay, suppose in another week he was given 23 clothes, then last week he was given 25 clothes. So we could have added, but imagine how many lines that old man had to draw. Still I remember he will come, he will draw one line for one cloth. So imagine at the end of the month what problem we and he had. So now I remember, now I realize I could have taught him at least this tally mark. So with this introduction, I tell you tally mark does our counting easy. I'll take one sum and I'll show you how we make a frequency table using a tally mark. So kindly pause the video. So here we go to solve one question. I've taken a very nice question. A shop has shoes of various sizes and we have to see the sale. So suppose in a day, okay, if I see this question, they sell these sizes of shoes. So if you see the question, okay, we will see what the question says. So we see in the question, this is sale of shoe of various sizes at a shop on a particular day. Okay, particular day, these are the shoe sizes which are being sold. And if you see, always be very careful, this total is 28. Don't miss out anything, children. So you calculate from the book and that you have transferred it correctly in your copy or answer script in examination. So now see the shoe sizes. Generally I use shoe size 9, but since it is from class 5 and 6, so their size is smaller. Okay, so it starts with 4 and maximum shoe size is 8. So 4 to 8 we write size of the shoes. Tally mark I'll teach you how we do. Then number of shoes how we get. So this data, children, is called raw data. Nothing we can know, just we know these are 28 set of shoes which are sold, okay, pair of shoes, and these are the sizes 7, 4, 8. So suppose somebody is maintaining a record in the shop. Okay, first shoe sold, size number 7, second number 4 size, maybe for a small kid. Okay, then number 8, number 6. So this does not convey any meaning. So once we draw a frequency table from a raw data, we get something meaningful. So here we learn, children, how with my previous story of our washerman way back, how we learned that there is something called tally mark, which are bundle of 5. Why bundle of 5? Counting becomes easier. So here we go, children. How to do? See 7. So 7 first, since I don't have a ruled paper, I draw an arrow. You don't need if you are using a ruled paper. 1. So cut it. 7 size shoes I have taken. 4. So under 4 I'll draw one line. One tally mark. So this is the tally mark, children. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth one goes like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth one from left side top to right side bottom. Okay, 8, 1. So I cancel because I don't forget. 6. So you have to be a little faster, children. Okay, then 7. Then 5. Then again 6. So just draw a line, cut. 7. Draw here, cut. 5. 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 8, 5, 6, 4. Now 4. 6. Now when you come to 6, children, already we have drawn 4 lines. So next will be 1/5 will be like this. So this is my fifth 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. See, same way 7 children. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth one. Then 8. Then 5. Same thing with 5. This is the fifth one. 4. Again same thing with 4. Fifth one. 5. 6. 8. 8. Fifth one goes like this. Then 4. Okay. So finally what we see, children, we have this. Now let us convert it to number of shoes sold. These are the number of shoes sold, children. 5 plus 1, 6. 6. So we see 4 number size shoe, 6 sold, 5 number shoe size, number of shoes sold 6, 6 number 6, 7 number 5, 8 number 5. You add, you will get 6 3s are 18 plus 10, 28. Now this data is a very meaningful one, you see. Okay, this is a very meaningful data. Now let us see what are the question over here. So once more, we have changed the raw data into frequency table. We take the size of the shoes, tally mark is very important, then we write this. You cannot directly count and all. Suppose there is another way, count how many 4s are there. So in that there is chances of making mistake. So once you make tally mark as I have taught you, it's very easy to get. Now there are 1 or 2 questions based on this. Let us try to answer them. So here we see question 1. What is the range of shoe size, children? What is the range? Okay, so we have drawn range means from where to where it goes, from 4 to 8. So range is, you can write 8 minus 4, 4. So if you see what is the range of shoe sizes, so actually there are 5 if you see. Okay, actually there are 5 if you see. So range, they say you minus the maximum from minimum, so the range is 4, but here you see there are 5 sizes of shoes. Okay, so next question is, which shoe size has the highest frequency? So you see 6, 6, 6. So all these 3 answers are there. Sizes 4, 5 and 6 are all sold 6, 6 pieces. 6 pieces of this in a particular day. This size 6, this size 6, this size is 5 and 5. So these 2 are sold least. So here in this example, I have shown you how we convert a raw data into a tally mark, into a frequency table, and from a meaningless data we come to something very meaningful. So kindly pause the video and copy. I'll do one more sum before we end this class. So next we go to question number 2, children. Here I have already taught you tally mark in question 4. I taught you the concept of tally mark by my example, how it makes our work easier. So I'm not going to do a tally mark question here. I go to question 2 where we learn some very basic thing. So here these are the marks of 20 students in an English examination. Okay, this is raw data. What we get raw means we have not arranged, we have not made tally mark, we have not made frequency table. So this is 51, one another student got 40, another got 77, 87. So this is what we call raw data. So first very important thing is, in this question we see put in ascending order. It is called an array. So next number B I am not doing, just the opposite, this descending order, 90, 87, 85. So ascending order I have done it for you because it takes time, children. See which is the smallest, 30. You write 30 here. Next smallest you go and search. You don't miss, it takes time. 39. You cancel, you write here. Next you check, next is 40. You write 40 here. You cut there because you will not do the mistake of writing it again. So like that we put in ascending means small to big children. This is how I make a mountain. Ascending means small to big. You ascend, you descend a hill. So more to less. So descending will be very easy, children. Number B. What? You do just the opposite, children. 90, 87, 85. Just write in reverse order. If your ascending is correct, descending will be correct. So from 30 marks minimum, the highest mark is 90. So first question, what is the lowest mark? Lowest mark is 30, children. Second lowest is 39, 40. What is the highest mark? 90. Highest mark is 90, lowest mark is 30. What is the range? In my previous question I was telling you 90 minus 30. So 60 marks is the range. Means in this mark the children have got all the marks. So more than 30, 90 or less than 90. 30 or more or less than or equal to 90. So we have range of 60 marks. So maximum minus minimum gives you the range of the data. Number of students who got more than 70. So this means more than 70. You come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 students got more than 70. This means more than. So here more than 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next is less than 40. Less than 40. 2 students I could see. Less than 40 means left side. More means right side. 30, 39. More than 60. Here you see more than 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. More than 60 is 11. Less than 50. Less than 50 you come here. Less than 50. Okay, you can draw a line this side. Less than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now once you arrange the data in ascending or descending order, what we call array, the data becomes more meaningful. And in my example 4, I taught you how we make tally mark, which also makes it more meaningful and we can interpret the result more nicely. So kindly pause the video and copy So I hope this my part 3 video you have understood the basic concept of data handling, which is how we make an array ascending or descending order, and how what is the range we see from minimum maximum. You subtract maximum minus minimum, then we see how we get different result. And in question 4 I have taught you how to make a frequency table, which is nothing but the thing what you write, then tally mark, then total. And as I have already told you, my part 1 and part 2 video is regarding mean and median. So thank you children for watching this video lesson.